It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Hey, show me someone more light. I'm dodging all the roadblocks. Put the game in motion, moving boxes like it's roadblocks. The black man has been co-opted. That neighborhood shit he filled with E. coli. Mine is a gold mine, but I dull my thoughts for these cosigns. Funny how when I dumb this shit down, they get more excited. When I share my dark stories, they act like I'm more enlightened. I done seen some foul shit from chicks slurping down dicks and crown Vicks to loud sticks blowing brains out. Living vampires with they fangs out. Bloodsuckers living our hoods. Practice with AKs in back of the woods. All I wanted was the handle rip shotted with long nose. If I ever let it rain, I'd be rocking the poncho in God mode. Creativity, I let it be light. Some people told me hell is hot, wonder if heaven is ice. The earth, water, need land. Said he trying to build the future, all I need is free bands and milbo grease in 2 hands. I'm cooking grease in the pan, support from Greece to Japan. Niggas all for real like that, now they speaking on the gram. Fuck it, they little money spend the same when I charge double. Got it from talking on the stage like Brian Gumble. The pheromones got your girl in a twist. I drop paper like a barrel of bricks. I'm Lake Erie to drip. The mask jig, I got it covered. The arm flooded. Hit 'em with the flavor like garlic butter. Dedication to Wayne. Jordan with the flu game. Carolina blue flame. I do this for my routine. Ordering paninis and Fellinis. My ice grill is zucchini. Yeah, Saks rockin' Bushimi. I burn green like Caprini. I'm home. More clones with the factory settings. I got swing like a racket in tennis. Had a fling with one of them, yeah, I means. At one of them, yeah, I means. Yeah, I mean, it's a movie whenever we convene, nigga.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, and I'm always search for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Wednesday evening. Okay, in this particular video, we're going to be getting into Memphis Bleek. Memphis Bleek is what? Memphis Bleek is murder. Money. Money, hold a shot, hold a clock, roll a house, roll a... What that nigga say? What you think of that? What you think of that? I love these streets. What you think of that? My whole crew rocks. We don't speak to cats. I'm a ball till I fall. What you think of that? Yeah. We real hip hop over here, baby. Yeah. Memphis Bleek done came out and he's got a couple new interviews out. One he did with TMZ and another he did with The Breakfast Club. He's got his new podcast called Rock Solid, which the first episode came out where he interviewed Ja Rule. He's got some other interviews in the pipeline that will be releasing. And not only that, but Memphis Bleek also has a new EP dropping with all new music. So he's coming back to the game to drop some new tracks. If you've been following Memphis Bleek, then you would know that he's already been, collaborating, getting back with some of the guys from Roc-A-Fella, things of that nature, dropping singles here and there. But he's got an official project that will be out, I believe this week, if not tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken. So, and I already know, just off of me coming in and saying what I know about Bleek, they like, oh, here we go. The Roc Nation propaganda has began. Look, man, I'm going to be very clear. I am a Roc-A-Fella baby. Okay. Jay-Z is my living GOAT. Tupac is my favorite rapper of all time. Jay-Z is my living GOAT. Okay. During the time I came up, I was listening to both Nas and Jay-Z, but Jay-Z had the click. He had Freeway. He had Young Guns. He had fucking Memphis Bleek. He had the whole shit. Beans, like, I gravitated to that entire movement. Kanye, Rail, fucking, I wasn't really a fan of Emil, but she was good on, the collabs that she did. But that whole movement, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I learned to rap, it was shortly after, like, Dynasty came out. So we used to fucking freestyle to the Dynasty intro in my neighborhood. Like, I'm not a part of anybody's fucking team. I'm a fan. And I think if you're in this space, you're supposed to be a fan. You know what I mean? Fanhood shouldn't cloud your vision of things, but I'm just addressing that shit ahead of time because I already know it's coming. Anyway, so we already know that the Band from NO remix from Wayne and Nicki Minaj came out. In that song, Nicki Minaj took shots at Jay-Z and Roc Nation, and basically told the NFL, y'all need to get rid of them niggas up there. Of course, the decision makers who book artists for the Super Bowl halftime show over this whole Kendrick Lamar over Lil Wayne decision that was made. One of the people who took it the most personally was Nicki Minaj. She got on a whole online campaign on Twitter and, just kept it going. It had pretty much dissipated. The conversation was over. And in this new verse, she revived the entire conversation. NFL fire some niggas and then call us. Basically saying, once you get rid of them, y'all could make some real moves, right? Y'all could have Wayne. We could make some things, or get Nicki up there, have Young Money do some shit up there. But if they fire Roc Nation, what is Young Money supposed to then be the decision makers for the NFL halftime show? Okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and pull up the video from TMZ of Memphis Bleek responding to that in particular. And then we're going to get into Memphis Bleek also addressing Dame Dash, ghostwriting claims where he claimed that Jay-Z wrote all his records. And we're also going to get into some of the conspiracy theories surrounding Roc Nation, because Memphis Bleek also gets into that in his Breakfast Club interview. And of course, when we pull up the Breakfast Club, we're just going to play the audio.
Nicki Minaj released a song with Lil Wayne today, and there's a line in there where she says, NFL fires some ninjas. I might be paraphrasing. NFL fires some ninjas, then call us. Yeah. How do you feel about that line, and why is this Lil Wayne thing still such a conversation, and what are your thoughts on that?
I love Wayne. Wayne, my brother, man. Me and Wayne put in that work at the same time. Much respect. Shout out to Carter 6. Go cop that, y'all. And as far as Nicki, I love Nicki too, man. I got no harsh words for the queen of rap. That's what she call herself, right? And I agree. She gets busy. But as far as like NFL fire some and call them, why? If they fire us, they don't need no more. So when we done, you ain't gonna be able to get that bag. Chill out. We cleaning up, baby girl. You should come clean up with us.
I mean, do you think that there's still an opportunity for Wayne with the NFL, despite everything that happened with this whole, thing this year?
It would be if you stop digging your own hole. Like some people, they dig themselves a grave and then they throw the dirt on top of themselves by keep antagonizing and mentioning stuff. It's like, let them come to you. Like, the more you want something, the more it runs from you. When you don't care about something, it's at your front door. Like, that's just the laws of nature.
All right, so that's Memphis Bleek talking to TMZ, still keeping good energy, still jovial, having a good time, laughing and joking it off. Doesn't seem like he took it all that personally. He didn't throw any mud in Nicki Minaj's direction. I'm sure a lot of people would have loved to see that, would have loved to run with that as a story, but Memphis Bleek kept it classy. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, if they get rid of Roc Nation, who do y'all replace us with? Because at that point, they're not going to be coming to no more niggas to come make decisions. They're going to go right back to who they used to have, which was the out of touch motherfuckers who was pulling all these whack ass performances that nobody gave two fucks about. It's been lit since Roc Nation got up there and started pulling motherfuckers in. Y'all can say what y'all want. And I'm just talking about the product and the entertainment value. I wasn't a big fan of the Shakira J-Lo one though. I ain't gonna lie about that. That was the kickoff, but that was also them playing it safe for the first year, and then they got progressively better. So there's that. And he said, yo, I don't know why you talking crazy about us. You should join us. So he says you might want to come over here with us and break bread, which I know she's not gonna be happy about. And more than likely, we're probably gonna get a Memphis Bleek jab from Nicki in an upcoming verse. I would suspect that's going to be on the way. And it's probably not going to be anything utilizing his name or his likeness or anything. She's probably just going to call him a flunky or, some way of downplaying him in a verse. But I could see that coming a mile away. In a verse, she's going to address that. That's just what she does, So next, let's get into the addressing of conspiracy theorists blaming Jay-Z and Roc Nation for other things going on in the world and other celebrities and things of that nature, basically blaming Roc Nation for the downfall of everybody. Memphis Bleek talked about this the other day on the Breakfast Club. Here is the audio because Breakfast Club will claim the video.
I feel like there's a core of Roc-A-Fella, all that crew that gets talked about, but they don't ever respond. Like Jay gets talked about all the time. You get talked about all the time. Emery gets talked about all the time. And it's a whole gang of y'all old friends and stuff that's always talking about y'all, but we don't ever hear the other side.
Because it's too much. The cover. It's too much. Like I go on Twitter. Roc Nation is blamed for everything. We the reason why people in jail. We the reason why you get guns. Like I don't know why did since when Roc Nation have all this influence. We could influence people in other countries to lock people up when they land. Like if we had that much power, they need to clear some of this red tape for me and my G's, because I got dudes still on parole. Why I can't get them off then? If we can put you in, why I can't get somebody off?
No, y'all, Roc Nation has definitely become the evil empire.
It's crazy. I don't know why, but you know, it's the thing in our community. When you make so much money, it gotta be some type of evilness to it. Yeah. But my thing is, why didn't I get the evil spell or potion then? They just left me out the whip. When they went and did the ritual, I just wasn't invited. Like,
you was lit. You said you was lit in Brooklyn and you got lit.
No, that's true though. Because did it ever bother you that it was like you had to head to the throne, then it was like it's like that narrative got passed to Kanye, then Cole. It's like they skipped over Bleek and went straight to the next chapter.
I love it though, man. When it came down to Kanye West, man, even on Kanye documentary, I told him, yo, dog, you nice. You gonna be one of those guys. But as you can see, man, this fame, it's like the illest drug, man. It really is, man. Some people get this high and they can never come down. They're gonna chase it for the rest of their lives, and it's sad to see, man. But Kanye is a musical genius. The person he is today, I don't get into that. I leave that. That's him. He gonna have to find some healing with that. You know what I mean?
Are you sometimes when you look at Kanye, what he's going through, happy that your career is where it's at, where you have a little bit more solitude and peace versus him?
I'm never happy to see one of my friends going through anything. You know, so it never makes me happy or compare myself to them. It's just, I don't want to see it. You know, I turn it off. I hear about it more than I see it, because I can't watch my friends spiral out of control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just whack to me.
All right. So that's Bleek addressing online conspiracies. People claiming that Roc Nation is putting people in jail and committing espionage and fucking Carmen Sandiego mysteries and all type of shit, right? So there's that. And now we're going to get into Bleek talking about Dame Dash claiming that Jay-Z wrote all his raps, all right? So let me see. Here it is. Again, we're just gonna run the audio.
Another thing that they was going around, Dame started it. He said, "You don't write your own rhymes." He said, "Jay used to write for you," and I heard Beanie say that too.
I want to know why I never went triple platinum then. Why I ain't follow up them Jay sales? If Jay wrote these records, why the publisher checks come to me? I should have ASCAP send these people my record breakdown. They could see that 475 records and all the splits. And now I understand, like on Tidal, it actually shows credit. If I wrote something for somebody, even if you my man, nah, dog, I need my PC. Jay wrote Coming to Age 1, Coming to Age 2. I had no input at all on those records. When I showed up, it was a piece of paper. Remember this, do your thing. It's like, okay, cool. You go through them records, you're not going to see my name. You go to any other record that Malik Cox is on, the Real MC is involved.
And to be clear, Coming to Age 1, Coming to Age 2. The first Coming to Age is on Reasonable Doubt. And I believe the second Coming to Age is on, what is that, Volume 1 or Volume 2? Those are Jay-Z's albums. Those are his ideas. Memphis Bleek has an album called Coming of Age, but that's all his own work. Jay-Z just said, hey, you get on my shit, I'm writing it for you. Because remember, he discovered Bleek when he was like 15, 16 years old. He wasn't even a rapper. He gave him the opportunity because I believe Coming of Age was actually supposed to be for Shaheem the Rugged Child, if I'm not mistaken. But for whatever reason, he didn't get on the song. He had already pre-wrote the record. So he needed somebody who was young to be the understudy on the song. And Bleek was close. I wouldn't say they grew up together, but Jay was the older head, Bleek was the young one, looking up to him, and their families were close, so then he became the replacement, all right? Again, just giving hip-hop history, man. It's not about being on nobody's side. It's just about when you know this stuff, you got to put it out there, especially in a time like today where misinformation flies way farther than the truth. And there's real life people that lived through this stuff and seen it in real time and read the magazine, seen the interviews, seen the videos on BET and shit like that. So yeah, I know I look young as fuck, but I'm actually seasoned out this bitch, man. I even got some salt and pepper in this bitch. Y'all can't see it. But let Bleek get back to it.
So I don't know where that narrative came from. Beans is the main one that got me like, fam, you doing that much drugs? You don't remember being in the studio with me? You said you bugging. Like, Dame was never in the studio with us, so he wouldn't have a clue. Beans, come on. You was in the studio with us every single day. We spent about 20 years in Baseline. And Jay wrote my rhymes, but you never saw it. Come on. I saw a ghost once too then.
So when you say he wrote Coming to Age 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you ever want him to write for you?
Right now. Give me a verse right now. Put me back on, baby. Let's get lit. You kidding me, man? Like, when you want somebody to do something for you or ask for that, you're giving away. It's the same thing as giving away your money. Like, you're publishing. That's the only way we really made money. A lot of us rappers never recoup the budgets we spent on these albums, so your publishing is the only way you make money. And Ja taught me about publishing. So if Jay wrote my rhymes, like I said, I wouldn't be receiving no publishing checks. It don't make no sense. The rhymes he write, I get paid for? How?
Well, when things like this happen, right? Because like Charlamagne said, people...
Oh, Jess got to go. Go ahead, Jess.
I do, real quick before. I know, are you going to have Beans on as a guest? I know y'all got crazy ass stories.
Hell yeah, I need to have Beans up there because we gotta get this settled and then talk about the life we live. It's
y'all haven't even spoken since he said that.
Nah,
okay. That's exactly where I was going.
It all okay. That was my question.
Because
all right, so the reason why Memphis Bleek is addressing Beans, because I know a lot of y'all probably don't keep up with this stuff, is Beans did, I believe it was like a Art of Dialogue interview. And Art of Dialogue, they do all the messy stuff. When something goes viral, they find a way to get these motherfuckers in the studio ASAP. I think they're paying people. But they did it with Dame while Jay's lawsuit was active. Dame was doing a fucking interview pretty much weekly, a couple times a week with Art of Dialogue. Plus, he was releasing his own videos talking about Jay and saying, "Oh, I don't know, man. If he did that, that's crazy. I wasn't there at the VMAs," and come to find out, he really was. After all that shit took hold, Dame has been quiet. But Beans, during that same time period, he said, I don't know. Dame claims that that Jay was writing all the raps for Bleek. I don't know. Maybe so. And he said, when they did the collaborations, because I believe that Beans and Bleek were supposed to do a collaborative album, but he claims that, Bleek would either have his parts already done or he would come in and lay them down afterwards. So he was basically alluding to the fact that he didn't actually see Memphis Bleek put pen to paper during that time period. So he couldn't say whether or not Jay was giving him the rhymes or not. I just don't see Jay-Z taking on that much of a load. Similar to, previous video talking about Wayne writing for Drake. You know what I mean? Like, if you're talking about prolific artists who have a very vast catalog of music, I don't even think Jay-Z wrote all the rhymes for a meal. You know what I'm saying? If any. But I know he gave her some hits, you know what I'm saying, that he had verses on and stuff like that. But she would have been the prime candidate to write for if that's the case, because her raps wasn't all that great. She just had a voice and a look. And a lot of people didn't even like her voice. But, it's just crazy, man. But I'm glad he addressed it. And I'm sure we're definitely gonna get a diss from Nicki. Now, him and Beans, I'm sure they could have that conversation, maybe do a podcast, hash things out. I don't know how Beans is gonna feel about Bleek saying you took that many drugs to where you don't remember. That could definitely spark a different type of conversation. But I do believe that they will be able to get past it because Beans has said things about Jay. Jay got past it. allowed Beans and State Property to come out for the B-sides concerts and stuff like that. But there always just seems to be, if anything, there's always miscommunications and people, misremembering or putting different spins on stories because they didn't get different things or things that they may have wanted with this whole Roc-A-Fella thing. But they still have the illest family tree in music, all right? Which is another reason why I'm such a big fan, is that if you look at the people that came from Roc-A-Fella and the people who were interning at Roc-A-Fella or producing at Roc-A-Fella and went on to do all this crazy shit, like, I don't have time to pull it up right now, but if you look at all the people that came from that lineage within like a 7-year period, they pretty much are the tastemakers of the culture and in the music industry even to this day. Matter of fact, I do got time. All right, we're gonna take a quick look at it. Some of this stuff you can't even see, but you got Dame, Biggs, Jay at the top. Under that umbrella, you got Cameron, then you get Dipset. From Dipset, you get Jewels and Jim Jones. You got DJ Clue, you got Desert Storm. Desert Storm was a whole movement of its own. Fabulous, Joe Budden, Ransom, Paul Kane, that whole mixtape era, right? You go under that, you got DJ Clark Kent. He was close with them, rest in peace, produced on Reasonable Doubt, produced on a lot of them early albums, and he was also like played the A&R type role, and he's been vital in finding many artists, you know what I'm saying? DJ Clark Kent is also close with Lady London. Biggs is also a very big part in Lady London as well. All right, so then you get Kanye. Then you get good music out of the Kanye era. You know what I'm saying? John Legend, 2 Chainz. I don't really count him, but he was there for a little bit. Pusha T, they not fly no more. Big Sean, Tiana Taylor, Designer, Kid Cudi, Common. Just look at that era. Without Roc-A-Fella, we get none of that. You get Beanie Siegel. Then from there, you get State Property, Freeway, Young Guns, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, Roc-A-Fella, Even Know What We Do. Like, come on, man. Hits. Rock-A-Ware. Nori was a part at one time. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if they got ODB on here, but he was signed to Roc-A-Fella before he passed. You got Emery. He went down and had to sit down in prison for many years. Now he's the big dog over at Roc Nation, Paper Planes, and Puma. You know what I'm saying? You get Nipsey Hussle Pumas. That's Emery. Meek Mill Pumas, Rihanna Pumas, Emery. All right. Under Biggs, Jay Brown, manager in the industry. Tata, of course, we know Tata and Jay is tight from day one. Lenny S, A&R. Kenny Burns. I don't really rock with Kenny like that these days, but Nightlife, he's big in that area. Kenny Burns was also vital in discovering Wale, somebody who we've talked about recently on the channel. Without Wale signing with Studio 43 early in those early days, we don't get those early mixtapes that led to him signing with Interscope and then going off to MMG. Like, everything has a thing. Wayne, is that Wayne? Some of these people I don't even know. Hip Hop, Shaka Pilgrim, you know what I'm saying, at Roc Nation. Sherry Bryant, she was ahead over there at Roc Nation for many years. G. Roberson, B-High. Like, it's too many people, dog. Look into these names. Rock Films, Armadale Liquor. They were one of the first brands out there from hip hop because they got tired of the fucking Cristal shit because they was racist. Rock Films, Kevin Hart comes from that. Heartbeat Productions. Lee Daniels comes from that because of the fucking that movie that Dame Dash funded for him that he didn't get paid back from. The Woodsman. Shadow Boxer, The Butler, Precious, all that shit, right? 4040, Memphis Bleek. From 4040, you get the Barclays, you get Tidal, you get Puma, you get Duce. It's a lot of shit. Then under here, you get sports and media. Angie Martinez is managed by Roc Nation. She been tight with them the whole time. I didn't even know Jalen Rose was over there. I don't think Kevin Durant is still there, but he was at one point. CC Sabathia, the fucking MLB player. Andre Ward, that's a boxer. Miguel Cotto, boxer. Skylar Diggins, WNBA star for many years. Dez Bryant, NFL star. Robinson Cano, Like so many motherfuckers, and this is not even updated. This is like from 3-4 years ago. Current artists: Fat Joe, Belly, Jaden Smith, Willow Smith, J. Cole, Fabulous, Mac Wilds. Why did I say Mac Milds? DJ Mustard. I didn't know he was with them at one point. Meek Mill, he's no longer there. Vic Mensa, Casanova, Shakira, Mariah Carey, J Electronica, J-Lo's over there. Rihanna, Fenty, Puma. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, man, let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. Not to mention, the clips are now over there. So the brand is still expanding. But I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. But drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.